The first part of this class that we will be looking into is a wonderful story, I would say, Twelfth Night. It's a comedy of errors. So, to begin, we will be looking into this is part of the CSEC quick prep for CSEC students who just want a quick recap on the core concept, perspectives, and ideologies before actually going to sit in the exam. This is last minute. So, guys, if you're here, you're at the right place. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, and let's begin. So, introduction to the play. So, the synopsis to make it short. Twelfth Night is a Shakespearean comedy centered on mistaken identities, love triangles, and a witty wordplay. In the story, we could see the difference in, we could even see some sense of manipulation and some sense of actually coherent manipulation in a sense. It follows the story of Viola, shipwrecked and believing her twin brother to be dead, who disguises himself as a man named Cesario. So the play is set in Illyria, a fictional land on the Aridic coast. The story unfolds amidst a festive atmosphere as the characters celebrate Twelfth Night, a period of revelry and merriment. At the end of the play, as I could go back right here, it says, disguise herself as a man named Cesario. Within the play, we could see the idea of manipulation between reading that. If you read between the lines, we could see the idea of manipulation because for you to disguise yourself as someone else in itself is a form of manipulation. So moving on. So let's look at analysis of the title. So Twelfth Night. The play's title references a period of celebration. So Twelfth Night refers to a period of celebration that marked the end of the Christmas season and the beginning of the new year, which in the Caribbean we would consider to that to be New Year's, but within these European states they refer to it as Twelfth Night, and that is the symbolism within this play that we can see. Moving on, we have the symbolic significance. The time of the year was known for the revelry, social upheaval, and comedic potential, mirrored in the play's themes of disguise, mistaken identity, or manipulation, and ultimately love conquering all. At the end of the play, there was the an introduction to love. There was an introduction to basically love in its truest sense. At the end of it all, love triumphed above everything, above the manipulation, above the mistaken identity, above everything. Moving on. Key characters and the relationships. So the first character that we will be looking into is Viola. The protagonist, a young woman disguised as a man who falls in love with Duke Orsino, the Lord of Illyria. Then we have Orsino, the Lovern Duke infatuated with Olivia, but eventually drawn to Viola's wit and charm. So Orsino and Viola, they're both love interests. They both like each other, and within the play, they obviously end up developing substantial emotions that was highlighted at the end, which was the team Love Conquering All came into being. Over now, we have the Olivia, a wealthy, noble woman in mourning, who is initially resistant to Orsino's advances but develops feelings for Cesario Viola in disguise. So there's a love triangle between Viola. There's a love triangle between Viola, Olivia, Orsino, Olivia, Orsino, and Viola. There's a love triangle between the three. As you can see with the diagram, there is a love triangle. And then we have Sebastian, Viola's twin brother, who is also shipwrecked, reunited with his sister through a series of comical misunderstandings. So moving on, themes and motives. So love. So the play explores different forms of loves, including romantic, familial, and friendship, with an emphasis on the transformative power of love and its ability to bridge social dividends. So with the introduction of love in the play, it actually highlighted the importance of love and how love can change your perspective and even change your core values. So identity. The theme of identity is central challenge by disguise. Because look at this, we have one character described as something there is not, and there's a sense of identity crisis, and also there's a sense of differentiation between their identities right there, and the fluidity of self-perception. This could be seen with the misconceptualization of Viola and how it actually impacted the theme of the story. We have appearance versus reality. This is another theme. The play constantly questions about the validity of appearances, as characters' true identities are often obscured by their outward portrayals. So we have Viola. Everybody knows Viola, and she looks like this nice person. And on the other hand, she disguises herself as something else, and that's the contrast between appearances. She looks this way, but in reality, she's that way. So Shakespearean comedical elements, mistaken identities. So mistaken identities, this is basically within the play when he actually disguise someone as somebody else, and that's mistaken identities. A good example of this is this is like a literal example in the movie Thor and Ragnarok, I think. It had a character Loki, and Loki was is a very complex character, a very complex character. He might disguise himself as something because he could shape farm. He's a god of trickery, and then after a period of time, he switches from one thing to the next in order to fluctuate, and that is a little form of mistaken identity that is literally utilized within the play. You have wordplay and puns. Shakespearean's signature wit is on full display through clever wordplay, puns, and double in truth, adding layers of comedic depth. Then we have the slapstick and physical comedy. The play incorporates slapstick elements with physical comedy and humorous situations that contribute to the lightheartedness of the narrative. For example, with the illustration of language within the Shakespearean plays, there was not an emphasis on brute, obstruct language. The language in itself was quite eloquent. It was quite vigorous, and it was very nice. The word plays were very nice, and they did not overemphasize on anything natively offensive. So critical reception and legacy. So enduring popularity. So Twelfth Night has been around for long. At the end of centuries, it's the themes of love, identity, and humor resonating across time. It has been around centuries now, and it has always been a popular play and will forever be a popular play. We have the critical praise. It was praised for its witty dialogue, its complex character, and its exploration of universal human experiences. Then we have the continual adaptation. The play continues to inspire adaptation in various forms, meaning that one person or one group of persons might do the play differently than one group of person and another group of person. There is differentiation between different groups. And that is everything for 12th Night. Now we will be looking into the play